Okay, good morning, everyone. Sorry for the slight delay, a few technical difficulties, but we're all ready now. So, welcome to the Rocky Mountaineer webinar. Now, I have Sophia, as usual, on the other end helping me out, so feel free to ask questions as we go along. If you need to ask anything, she can help you, and then I can help answer at the end as well. So, we are going to run over some of the standard products for Rocky Mountaineer, and then also some of what is new for 1920 as well. So hopefully we all know about Rocky Mountaineer, this fabulous train in the Canadian Rockies, but they are celebrating 30 amazing years. So Rocky Mountaineer has been transporting guests through the wonder and excitement of the Canadian Rockies. It started in 1990. It's grown from a family-owned business to become one of the largest privately owned luxury tourism train companies in the world. It is very well known, especially in the New Zealand market, which is great. You don't need to do much work in terms of selling it. A lot of people come in and they know they want to do it, which is great. It's more telling them what sort of service will suit them between Silverleaf and Goldleaf. So, firing into it, we have, go. So these are the routing. We have 4 different routes to choose from. So generally the coastal passage used to be just between Seattle and Vancouver. That has changed slightly. So back. So Seattle through to Banff or Lake Louise or through to the Rockies is the coastal passage now. So they do have to go through or to and from the Rockies if they want to do coastal passage. It can't be done just in the sector of Vancouver to Seattle. So the first passage to the west is between Vancouver through to Banff or Lake Louise with a night in Kamloops. That's a 1-night duration and 2 days. Journey through the clouds runs between Vancouver and Jasper again with a night in Kamloops, and that's 1 night and 2 days also. The Rainforest to Gold Rush is slightly longer in 2 nights, and that runs between Vancouver and Jasper with a night in Whistler and Quesnel. And then you've got the Coastal Passage. So the Coastal Passage is 2 nights, and it is between Seattle and the Rockies, or vice versa. So most of the routes will be done in both directions, but I will speak of them mainly in one direction at this stage. So there are also circle journeys, and circle journeys are combining 2 or more of the rail routes to get the most days on board the Rocky Mountaineer. So basically, if you wanted to do first passage to the west, and then do your own trip up into Jasper, and then come back on the Rainforest to Gold Rush, it's a great option for clients to be able to see 2 different variations. So yes, they're on the same train, but different scenery, which is great. So the train from Kamloops does go to both Jasper and Lake Louise and Banff. So it does provide additional departures and is opening up more hotel inventory in each direction now, which is great. In 2020, they are going to be offering 3 departures a week, eastbound and westbound from Vancouver. But May and September, April, October have not increased as it is low season. So only high season. They will be doing 3 departures a week, which is great news. So going into the services, so we have 2 services on board Rocky Mountaineer. They did used to be 3, which was red years ago, and that is gone. So we've got single level coach of Silverleaf. So the Silverleaf is a beautiful glass dome single level coach, as you can see here. It is custom designed, and guests sit and served meals both at their seat. So you can see there's a bit of an area of the carriage at the back where they can go and stand and grab water and have a chat as well. And then at the front there on the right, you'll see a little window. That window does come down if they want to get some fresh air and put their phone a little bit out the window to get a photo if they want as well. It's a beautiful oversized glass dome windows which provide great views of the epic scenery unfolding outside. As I said, they are custom designed, so all of the Rocky Mountaineer's fleet is custom designed to take in the beautiful scenery basically. You've got inclusions of complimentary beverages, wine, beer, spirits, and non-alcoholic drinks are all included in the Rocky Mountaineers, all of their journeys. Gourmet meals are also included. So in Silverleaf, these are plated and served at your seat. You do have to get to choose your preference when they come along with the trolley of what meal you would like, and then they're served at your seat. You've also got snacks served along the way, and complimentary transfers and baggage delivery to your hotel as well. So baggage delivery is not by train, it is by coach, that their bags will go off and get to their destination and be ready and waiting for them when they get there. So this is what it looks like inside the silver level. So as you can see, these two here are turning around and chatting to the ones at the back. You can also turn those chairs around, so they can go into a 4 set facing each other if you do want them to. However, the staff do need to do that, so they can't do that themselves. But they are reclining large seats, and you've got beautiful oversized windows to soak up the scenery as well. Your hosts in here are fabulous. So they are basically really good multitaskers. So they do all your beverage and food as well as your commentary along the way as well. The meals are a selection of regionally inspired, served at your seat. And as I said, they are plated to your preference, so you can choose what you'd like. You don't just get given what you're given, and they're beautiful meals, really, really nice. So going into gold, your main difference here is your bi-level coach. So it is upper and lower coach. The upstairs, you'll be able to sit in your seat, and then downstairs is the dining area. So these have, as you can see, higher windows. So the windows go up a little bit further, so you can see a bit up further into the mountains, which is beautiful. And they are just bringing in some new coaches which are going to introduce tinting to the top windows, so that the tint can be turned on and off when it gets a bit too hot and sunny up there. The Gold Leaf, the main difference is their upper and lower. They also have an outdoor viewing platform, as you can see on the right there, which allows guests to get outside and take some photos and have some fresh air as well. So this photo can show you just on the right there the cutoff of the silver leaf compared to the gold leaf. So the gold leaf is a little bit higher, as you've got the upper and lower, and then you've got that viewing carriage at the end of both of those two viewing platforms, sorry, at the end of those two carriages. It is really beneficial in gold to be able to see over the tree line a bit, which is a good upsell to be able to advise people that. Gold is the most popular service to travel in, and I would recommend it for that as well, as that you can see over that tree line a little bit better. So obviously gold leaf includes everything that silver leaf does as well. However, it includes your hot a la carte breakfast and lunches, and they're served in the dining room downstairs. So if you do have a full carriage, your carriage will be split into a few different groups, and then you'll go down to dine at separate times. All of your snacks and beverages are all included as well. Of course, you are eating a lot on this train. You will never go hungry. And you've got complimentary transfers and baggage handling again as well in your beautiful gold. So as you can see in here, it is pretty much a big glass dome. So it's pretty stunning. You don't miss anything from up here. You've got nice large reclining seats. I think they've even got heat settings on them as well if you want that. Once again, you can turn 2 of the seats around to make them into a 4 carriage as well. Now the hosts in here, you will have hosts upstairs here, and you have separate staff downstairs for the dining. So not combined stuff like you do in silver. And down to the dining, beautiful culinary skills that the chefs have on board, and you do get to choose if you want to be seated with other guests, that you can mingle, or you can be seated alone as well, which is good. The good thing is that they do split the time, so it's not so overcrowded. Also, while someone, for example, is having breakfast downstairs, you'll be getting served a snack such as a scone and jam while you're upstairs, so you're not waiting for food as such, you're always eating. And the beautiful outdoor viewing platform. So this really is pretty spectacular. It's nice and big out there, plenty of room for people to get their photos, get some fresh air, and that's generally open all the time so they can get out there whenever they like. Now, hotels with these levels, so there are a few examples of here of the gold leaf service if it's selected. So just a few examples for you is the Rimrock Hotel, the Four Seasons Hotel in Whistler, Le Germain in Calgary, and the Pomeroy Kananaskis Mountain Lodge. So these are a few just idea options for the gold leaf. Just to note, there are some changes to hotels in the 2020 season. The Hotel 540 in Kamloops, or Hotel 540, is now renamed Delta Kamloops. The suites at the Moose in Banff are now included as an option as well, which is great. That's up and running. And in Vancouver, there is now a new property that they offer here called the Opus. So hotels are no longer on request, which is great. There used to be you'd go through, request it. Hotels are either available or not, and you'll be able to see that straight from the start, which is great. These are a few of your Silverleaf hotels as well. So you can see here you've got the Georgian Court, the Delta Whistler, the Marriott Calgary Downtown. So these are a few of your silver level service hotels. You may have some hotels that are the same for Silverleaf and Goldleaf. There's just the difference in an upgrade room type, for example, for Goldleaf over Silverleaf. So there may be some options that are like that. So that was a really brief overview of the Rocky Mountaineer, and I'm now going to get into what is new for the 1920 season, which is great. So all of the packages will be dynamic. So as I said, if the hotel originally mapped in the package is no longer available, it will auto-populate with another hotel. So there'll never be an on request anymore, so you're not waiting for that. So it'll just tell you if it's available. If it's not, it'll give you another option. For the 2020 season, they are replacing meal plans. So these will now be replaced with individual meals at hotels instead. This allows for greater flexibility so that guests can choose what they want on what day. Subsequently, at the hotels, they can add on their meals, but just not a meal plan as such, which is good. It gives them a bit more flexibility. Okay, so we have the First Passage to the West and Vancouver Island, which is quite a new package here, which runs between Calgary, Banff Lake Louise and Kamloops through to Vancouver and Victoria. Just going to see, my slides are all jumbled up, sorry. So this is the First Passage to the West excursion with the cruise of MS Honningsdam. So this is brand new for 2020, which is quite exciting. Holland America is bringing its largest cruise ship, class to Alaska. So this features 5 performance venues and multiple dining experiences, as well as one of the finest art collections on the high seas. So this is a pretty stunning ship that doesn't normally go to Alaska. So this is being brought up and can connect with Rocky Mountaineer, which is fantastic. Just to note as well, cruise packages can now be combined with every rail journey for Rocky Mountaineer. It doesn't have to be just one of the packages that you find in the brochure. You can connect a cruise with any of them. Now this one, First Passage to the West, is the train journey, and it will connect the cruise pre-tour. So firstly, you will do your cruise from Vancouver up to Alaska and back. Then you'll go through Kamloops overnight and into Banff. It includes 2 nights on board the Rocky Mountaineer and 7 nights on the cruise. The Gold Leaf service will be a veranda room, and the ocean room will be for the Silverleaf service. It's 13 nights or 14 days in total, including the cruise and the Rocky Mountaineer. It includes your 9 breakfasts, 9 lunches, 7 dinners, and 6 hotel nights accommodation when you are off the cruise as well. It does include sightseeing too, so your Vancouver City tour and Lookout tour You've got a North Shore tour with the Capilano Suspension Bridge and Grass Mountain as well. And your Banff to Calgary tour is included too. So any of these Rail Europe can actually package as well. So you don't need to do just the package as it's set. You can maneuver it however you like, and we can help with that as well. So Rainforest Gold Rush Explorer. This is quite new in that it has had a few changes to the package that are included. So it does run between Vancouver and Calgary and vice versa. It runs through Whistler, Cornell, Jasper, and then you see Lake Louise, Banff as well. So it is an 8-night or 9-day journey. A few of the changes are that any packages that include the Jasper Highlights Tour, such as this one, it now includes a cruise to Malign Lake, which is a 90-minute cruise. If a package includes the Banff Highlights Tour, this now includes a cruise to Lake Minnewanka, which is 60 minutes. So that is a slight changes for these journeys. So this one in particular, it includes your 3 days on board the Rocky, includes your breakfast, lunches, and 8 nights hotel accommodation. Your touring generally is the Vancouver Lookout, your Jasper Highlights Tour, which now includes that Malign Lake. Your Icefields Parkway Tour now also includes the Ice Explorer, which it didn't used to, and Jasper to Lake Louise. Once you come down through to Calgary, you include the Calgary Tower, and you also are included the panoramic helicopter tour en route. So whenever that helicopter is on the routing, it is included. We do get asked that a few times. It's all included and packaged in there. It's not an additional upgrade that you need to do, which is great. Also, your rail station transfers are included in the package too. Coastal package highlights. So just a reminder that you can't do the coastal passage Seattle to Vancouver or vice versa anymore. It is straight through to the Rockies or from the Rockies. So this is the most popular coastal passage package to do between Seattle, Vancouver, Kamloops, Lake Louise, Banff, and Calgary. It's a 7-night package, so 3 days on board the train include your 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, dinners, and 7 nights hotel accommodation. Once again, you've got the Vancouver Lookout, and then you have a choice of 4 different Vancouver tour options to do there as well. You get to see the Yoho National Park, Lake Louise to Calgary tour, once again the panoramic helicopter flight, which I highly recommend and I've done as well. This is a great inclusion, and the Calgary Tower too. So that is the most popular of the coastal passage journeys basically. The Golden Circle used to be called Golden Circle via Whistler, so it's exactly the same, just a slightly different name. So it's just incorporating 2 of the journey. So Vancouver, return. So it goes through to Jasper, Lake Louise, Banff, coming through back to Vancouver. It is an 11-night package, 12 days. So you've got 5 days on board the Rocky if you are doing this Golden Circle as well. 5 breakfasts and 6 lunches are included, and 11 hotel nights. Once again, the Vancouver Lookout, Jasper Highlights Tour, your Icefield Parkways, and the Yoho National Park are all included as well. So some good highlights in there. Sonora Resort is a beautiful resort nestled in British Columbia's Discovery Islands. It's on a remote stretch of beautiful coastline with 800-year-old cedars. It is a 5-star all-inclusive getaway. So you can add this on to any package, or and there is the option to select credit towards this instead of the free items on promotions as well. So this is a really good add-on. It's not included in packages, but it's a great add-on for people as well if they want to start or finish with this beautiful resort. It's a few photos of it. It's nice and sort of isolated. You're getting away from the hustle and bustle. Guests can do a day of hiking. They can bike through the wilderness, or they can go into the spa if they like. You can do eco-adventure tours here. They do guided salmon fishing and grizzly bear tours here as well. So a few locations that are sort of new within the last season and bringing them in is they're bringing in more self-drive packages. and getting people to see Banff, but a little bit more out of Banff as well, because it is just as beautiful. So Canmore is quite a new destination. As you can see pictured, it's a beautiful little town that is kind of like a mini Banff, I would call it. It is 20 minutes from Banff, so just a short drive. And it attracts people that are really passionate about the outdoor lifestyle. So you can hike, Mountaineer, you can explore caves, or you can take a helicopter ride. So the helicopter ride on their itineraries is generally from the Canmore location. This is a beautiful wee town. I definitely would recommend people get out here to do the South Drive option and get out to see Canmore. So this is the South Drive option as a package. You can also do it separately if they wanted to. But the train will go through to Banff, and then there will be a South Drive portion at the end incorporating Canmore, Calgary and Lake Louise. So it is a package of 6 nights and 7 days, so 2 days on board the Rocky Mountaineer and then 6 hotel nights. You do get 4 full days of a car rental, and that does include your pickup and drop off at the train stations as well. So the train will arrive in, for example, into Banff, and that car is ready to go at the pickup point. They don't need to go and get to the rental car location office, which is great. This does include, once again, your Vancouver Lookout and your Calgary Tower tour as well. Sunshine Village is another quite new destination for you. And this includes, it's quite a vast area out here, so it's really nice to get out. It's generally a ski field during the winter. And it does get guests elevated to 7,000 feet with uninterrupted views of the mountains. So it is known as Canada's #1 hiking area in Sunshine Village. And this is really a good location to get away from the hustle bustle like Sonora Resort as well. So this one includes Sunshine Village, which is first passage to the West Sunshine Village Drive. So that is a 6-night, 7-day journey between Vancouver and Calgary. You've got 2 days on board the Rocky Mountaineer. You've got 6 nights hotel accommodation and once again your car rental too. That is similar to the last South Drive. You just go to Sunshine Village instead of Canmore. The Sunshine Village is also quite close to Banff as well. All of these are nice in close proximity, so they're not driving for too many hours. Kananaskis is another quite similar location. So it's about a 45-minute drive from Banff and Kananaskis. And visitors can hike, they can mountain bike, ride horses, play golf, go whitewater rafting. There's a lot of outdoor activities here. So it's a perfect spot for someone seeking solitude and a bit of quietness as well. So these are nice areas to get away, see Banff. The beautiful Banff is very busy, and then come out to these nice quiet areas. So this one includes Kananaskis. The first passage to the West Kananaskis South Drive is a 6-night journey, including the 2 days on board the Rocky Mountaineer, 6 nights hotel accommodation, and your rental car as well. So the South Drives are becoming more and more popular, and I do recommend them. It does allow guests to get out at the end of the train journey and be able to explore a bit on their own. They do feel that they've had a little bit more of an oversight into what's available in Canada. I have lived in Banff myself, and as stunning as it is, I highly recommend getting out to those little bits that are just so nearby as well. Now this one is pretty exciting. It's a brand new package for 2020 called the Bobby Burns Canadian Mountain Holidays. So this Bobby Burns Lodge sits within a beautiful valley far from the hustle bustle of everyday life. So it is classified as a remote accommodation. So guests can only get here and it's only accessible via helicopter. So it is a bit of a hiking, outdoorsy type client that you'd want to recommend this one to. So the lodge is quite unique and small. It's 24 newly renovated rooms. So quite good for people that want to get away and spend some time not with a lot of people. They've got a beautiful lounge and dining area, an outdoor hot tub, a sauna. They've got swimming pond and a games room and more as well. So this hotel, Bobby Burns, is only bookable through the Mountain Adventure packages. So there are a few Mountain Adventure packages, and that includes this lodge. So this runs, the Journey Through the Clouds Mountain Adventures runs 9 nights or 10 days through Vancouver to Jasper. You go up to the Bobby Burns and then you come down and do Banff and Calgary as well. So it's 2 days on board the Rocky Mountaineer. You've got 9 nights of hotel accommodation. The Icefields Parkway tour and the Vancouver Lookout are included. And then you've got a motor coach that will transfer guests between Banff and the helipad for the chopper to take them up into the lodge. The transfer will then obviously bring them down as well, and then a motor coach will take them between Banff and Calgary also. Once they're up in the lodge, they can choose to sit there and relax if they like. Otherwise, they can choose 2.5 days of guided hiking, which is all included as well, depending on their fitness level. So what is new for 2020? So promotions, you might have noticed they've brought out a brand new promotion, which is fantastic. So the promotions are evolving a little bit. So from the added credit to more of a free items instead, to make it look like a bit more of an added value, which is great. So there are at the moment the Unforgettable 4 promotion out, which needs to be included for bookings by August 31. And these are for bookings for the 2020 season, but booked by August 31. So the Unforgettable 4 consists of 2 free hotel nights, 1 free transfer, and 1 free dinner. For the free hotel nights, the hotel will be whatever part is part of the package, and then it'll be an extension to their existing journey. So those 2 hotel nights have to be added on either at the start or the end to their existing hotel that they're already staying in the package. For the transfer, it is recommended that the clients use this for their arrival, so it doesn't have to be the day that the Rocky Mountaineer departs. They can get it for their airport transfer once they've come off their long flight. They can get to their hotel and be refreshed for the next day. The free dinner, the client can apply this to any of their hotels within the itinerary with the exception of the rail days. So the rail days in the evening, the train can arrive in a little bit later or a little bit earlier than advised. So these days can't be included with the free dinner. So this is for certain packages of 8 days or 7 nights or more that are applicable for the Unforgettable 4. And it is important to know that it is more of a free item rather than a value credit. So it is a good change that they have done. It does need to be done at the time of booking, so they can't book and then decide they want to add this on later. They do need to advise their hotels, transfers and dinner at the time of booking with us as well. So Rail Europe have just announced 2 brand new exclusive packages, which is fantastic. So in Canada, we can tailor make quite a lot. So whether it's Rocky Mountaineer or Via Rail, the local train company. So this Rocky Mountaineer exclusive package, first we've got the Explore Vancouver, Whistler and Victoria package. Now this is 7 days or 6 nights. It includes obviously your Rocky Mountaineer and all that's included there, but it also has a lot of sightseeing in there. So you've got a 4-hour sightseeing tour of Vancouver. You've got the admission to the Vancouver Lookout. You've got a 4-hour Whistler with sea to sky gondola tour as well. You've got admission to Squamish, peak to peak gondola. You've also got a scenic float plane flight between Whistler and Victoria. So a lot of people would like to see Victoria, don't have quite as much time. This is a great package. It includes that flight so you can get out there and have a look. You've got a whale watching tour, the Butchart Gardens included as well, and then your flight back to Vancouver too. So this is a really unique package that we have put together at Rocky Mountaineer and then added on some sightseeing and a free night in there as well. So the Canada's Peaks and Greats adventure is slightly different in that it's 10 nights and 11 days. It includes your Rocky Mountaineer, of course, and this is between Vancouver and Jasper. You've also got a Jasper foodie tour included, which is quite unique. You've got the Banff Gondola, you've got the Ice Explorer, and a full day taste, savour and indulge winery tour. So quite unique tours included that you wouldn't find anywhere else. And then your accommodation included will be moderate, superior or deluxe, depending on what they wish to choose. And it's also a circle tour, this one. So it's ex-Vancouver, and it incorporates a self-drive from Jasper or Banff back to Vancouver as well. So some great new packages there. If you want any more information on those, please, they're not quite loaded on our website just yet. So please feel free to contact our res team for more information on those. So I did whiz through that really fast as usual. If you have any questions, please fire them through to me now. Otherwise, you're welcome to email me as well. This presentation will be recorded and sent through for your colleagues to look at later if you want to as well. Remember that our commission on Rocky Mountaineer is 12%. So whether it is a rail only or a package, you do get 12% from us in commission. And I also want to note that Chung, our beautiful, amazing Great Train Journeys superstar, has just moved into the Great Train Journeys team. So he is here in our Auckland office, and he is really, really good. So if you want any advice, I recommend coming through and asking Chan too. A lot of us have done the Rocky Mountaineer journey as well, if you do want to ask that. So it doesn't look like we've got any questions, but please feel free to flick me an email if you do have any. Thanks, guys. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.